Hi.
I'm going to be shouting all evening. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. This is so lovely. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm terribly, terribly grateful. I can't believe it's happening. I've been getting all these signs all day that something big is going to come out of this. I don't know what it is. I'm just an instrument. And channel messages and connect with all of your beautiful knowledge. And I feel like we're going to co-create something really special. So thank you. I don't know if you've been feeling into that as well. But many of us are really, really intuitive and intelligent and have a lot of wisdom. So I can't wait to get stuck into yours. So where are we? We are at 8:04. So, okay. So Janita, you are in Nottingham in England. Yeah.
Sorry, I'll let me mute myself.
Sure. So you're in Nottingham, you're in England, you're a fellow Englander.
Yeah.
Harsh, you are in Leicester in England.
Yeah.
Amisha, you're South Africa.
Yes.
Johannesburg. Johannesburg. Oh my God, this is amazing. Sabrina is up north somewhere.
She is indeed.
Sabrina's, I don't know if Sabrina's actually up north at the moment because she's been on a train.
I am back up north. I was middle of the UK a few hours ago, but I am back up north.
Oh,
I was actually going for a dress fit-in for my sister's wedding, and it's just a bit of a nightmare.
Oh,
I'm trying to stay.
You made it though. Thank you.
I'm here. I want to see what my house looks like in the background, though.
Well, look, outside of this space, my house is an absolute mess. So, you know, this has all been strategically organized. So I'm sure we can all relate to that. But thank you for making it. Thank you for making it, Sabrina. Right. Amrit, are you Jati's sister?
I am.
Ah, okay, cool. Okay, so are you in Birmingham?
No, I'm in Leeds.
Oh, you're in Leeds. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's originally from Leeds as well. He ended up going to uni in Birmingham and staying there. He's in London at the moment, so.
Yeah, I studied with Jati in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you. And we have Catherine, and Catherine usually, or Katie, she's usually abroad and traveling and doing water sports and climbing hills and things. So I'm not sure where you'll be right now.
I'm actually just like finishing my food because I didn't realize that it was on, and then I just last minute saw the invitation, so I thought I'll come on quickly. But I'm actually
well, look, we'll let you carry on having your dinner if you like. Or we can watch you. And we have another lady, Didi. I'm not sure how comfortable you feel to share where you are.
Hi.
Hi.
Here. I just, again, last minute, and I was on the phone at the same time. Realized I had a Zoom appointment with you guys.
Thank you.
I'm in Los Angeles right now.
Cool. What time is it there?
It's noon. 12:07.
Oh, wow. Gosh, wow.
What time is it there?
It's 8 o'clock. Well, it's about 8:10 in the evening in the UK.
Okay.
South Africa might be. Are you an hour ahead, Amisha? I think are you an hour?
It's 9:07.
9:07. So yeah, about an hour. So yeah, we're all in the evening here, Didi. So thank you for joining us from Los Angeles at midday. Of course. Well, look, this is supposed to be an hour because I appreciate this is everybody's evening. It's the middle of the week. Everyone's got lives. And so I was trying to limit it to 1 hour. I'm sure we could all talk all night long, but I thought I'd introduce some kind of structure so that we can all get on with our lives afterwards. And so I've introduced the structure not because I feel like I want to dominate the space, but mainly to just give us a bit of a framework. And at some point, you know, maybe we could do a little Q&A or sharing or, you know, anything that comes up. I just want it to feel like a really non-judgmental space where we can bring all of our energies together because we are all masters, okay? It's really important to remember that. We're all masters here. Some of us are just maybe more aware of that than the others, but we all hold wisdom that we can share and infuse the space with and create this magic. And hopefully you've all experienced some of that magic being in the group. Believe it or not, it's been about 10 weeks. I feel like I've known you all forever. So I don't know how you feel, but it just feels really warm and connected. And it's really beautiful to see how we hold each other, we recognize each other, we see each other, we can relate and, you know, share. So we'll all have periods of time where we may feel more vulnerable and feel like we've lost our way. And there'll be times where we can rise up into our inner goddess and serve each other. And what I found is that being parts of these types of communities, whatever we learn, whatever we mirror to each other, we end up then rippling that out into our friends and our loved ones, and, you know, creating these little pockets of light. And I can't lie, that is what really excites me in life. Okay, that is, I just love that. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I have got some cue cards because I thought I'd make it professional. And so the first thing on here is press record and say thank you. So thank you again. Okay, ladies. Right, so I think I'll probably, because it's about 10 past the hour, I think I'll probably get stuck into the main body of the call. I'd like to finish with a meditation just to ease us and disconnect us from all of the stresses and strains of life, and hopefully help us to remember who we are and why we're here. And in between, maybe we could have a little chin wag and, you know, chat about what we think, and, you know, maybe even be silly and share some jokes. So, you know, I'm sure that will continue on in the group. But again, I just want to express my gratitude for your time, your trust, your energy, and for, you know, being part of the container on WhatsApp. And I hope it's serving you. Right, so here we are, new moon in Leo tomorrow. Possibly, quite possibly, one of the most powerful new moons of the year. We've just had one of the most powerful full moons, and we've come out of a very emotional, watery Cancer energy. And although I'm not an astrologist or I don't do astronomy, I do have a keen interest in it. And when I was studying my science background, I would have probably turned my nose up at anybody who tried to tell me that, you know, you're affected by the planets. But obviously, since then, I've done a lot of studying. I've looked at a lot of quantum science, and I've had to have a slice of humble pie many, many, many times in my life. I have had my ego slapped many times, and I'm grateful for that. And so I've come to realize that we are all connected to everything, and science is starting to prove that. Brian Cox, for example, said something once around, you know, if we just shake our hand here, wherever we are, it affects the electrons and atoms on the other side of the universe. So, you know, there is this web of electromagnetic energy that connects us all to each other, which we can feel in the group, which we can feel each other. Sometimes we don't need to say anything and we can feel each other. And my intention behind perhaps continuing these gatherings is to help us to really recognize that connection. And the beauty of that is that we can then influence the connection, and is quite possibly the basis of a lot of healing work. Certainly the healing work that I do. I feel into the web that connects us and draw information from that. And I don't know, Sabrina, I know you know a lot of stuff. We all know a lot of stuff, but you know, this is basically, I feel, the foundation for a lot of healing work, and of course the foundation for love, my favorite topic. So you know, hopefully that resonates with you. And today there is something that's brought you here today. There's a question, a desire to maybe know something. There may well be some curiosity, but there is a deeper searching inside you that has brought you here, that has made you remember that the call is on today, to register, to type the Zoom ID in, to actually be here, to show your face and talk. There's something that is driving you here today. And that question is going to be very unique and individual. And it can look, it can present itself in many, many ways. But what I'd like to argue and debate, please feel free to debate with me if you like, is that this question boils down to one of two things. One of two things fundamentally. And the one of two questions that this boils down to is, am I enough or am I not? And when somebody first said that to me, I just thought, hey, you don't know anything about me, sister. So don't even try and tell me that I don't think I'm enough. But on a subtle level, we may well be asking ourselves these questions. So we may be thinking, am I enough for my children? Am I enough of a parent? Am I enough to my parents? Am I enough of a partner? Am I enough to even have a partner? Am I enough in life? Am I fulfilling my potential? Can I make it? Have I got enough passion? Am I enough when it comes to my purpose? Am I enough to even have a purpose? And am I enough fundamentally for God or the universe? Am I loved by life and the universe? So it could be one or many of those things. Let me know if you like, let's do all the commercial stuff, type it in the box if you like. But fundamentally, it boils down to, in my opinion, am I enough? And I can certainly relate to this and can absolutely go into cycles of thinking I'm not enough. And the point is that we're not supposed to be perfect, otherwise there'd be no reason for being here. If we were enlightened and evolved and never had a negative thought, we would just simply not be here. We've come here to learn how to transcend that density, that feeling of not being enough, which is effectively a reality that is based on being stuck in the mind. And so I want to share what I've been through and what I've learned to help you get out of that place, okay? Because the other side, as we already know, is magical. And it cascades, the miracles and the magicals, they come rolling in. And why shouldn't we all experience that? That is why what we've come to experience. And part of that is the love that we all desire. So a lot of our actions, if we think about it, are revolved around, am I enough? Maybe we want to prove ourselves when it comes to our career. And none of these things are bad, they're just experiences, but maybe we want to prove ourselves when it comes to our career, or maybe we want to prove ourselves to a significant other, or we may want to prove ourselves by making a lot of money. There's different things that we do to try and perhaps give ourselves the validation that we are enough. And it's a feeling that we're fundamentally looking for. So I say this a lot. So if anybody's had any work with me, I'm sorry for repeating myself, but why do we ever want £1 million, for example? Because it's going to make us feel a particular way. The sense of safety that comes from that will make us feel a particular way. Why do we want a loving relationship? Because it's going to make us feel a particular way. So anything external that we want is there because it's going to give us an internal experience. And what many, many masters have taught us, and certainly ancient spirituality and a lot of life coaches, and even quantum physics now, is that when we create that feeling internally first, then we create what we truly want in the external through electromagnetism. And I have created a 5-hour, somebody just entered the room, sorry. I have created a 5 or 6 hour program to talk about this. And I'd love to just carry on talking about this for 5 or 6 hours, but I'm pretty sure we don't all have that time. So if anybody wants to go into the science of it, please feel free to check out my website. But going back to what we're truly here for, this feeling, this seeking of an answer. And I'd like to argue that actually it's the question that drives us more than the answer. It's the question around whether or not we're enough that pushes us, that makes us go around in circles sometimes, makes us, try new things, or perhaps go down the trajectory of feeling fearful. And when we're feeling fearful, we're going down the wrong way, the wrong path. And we all have to be lost to be found, but there are only ever two paths, fear or love. And when we're stuck in the mind, when we're constantly asking ourselves the question of whether or not we're enough, we are giving out a contradictory frequency, a misaligned frequency to love and abundance. So in a nutshell, we have to feel love and abundance first before we can truly experience the beauty of being free of the mind. And it's my experience that when we do this, you open yourself up to miracles, true miracles. They're around us all the time. That's the nature of life. So I can certainly say that from my own personal experience, and also perhaps the experience of people that may be here. So yeah, let me know if you ever had that experience before, breaking the paradigm. So are there any questions? Does anybody want to add anything? I don't want to overrule a burning desire to speak, or put myself on any sort of pedestal here. I hope you feel comfortable enough to share any ideas if you have them. This is our space. So if you feel like it, please feel free to speak or share or anything at all. So while you're maybe thinking of things, or you might want to type it into the chat, I just want to reiterate that love or a sense of validation is not found externally. We only ever experience it internally. We think we need the external to start to feel it internally, but actually it's what we generate internally that dictates what we experience. And many of us, and certainly I can put my hand up to that, have gone through many, many years of repeating the thoughts, the feelings that we're just used to, that we have been acclimatized to, that we have experienced in the past, and they can cage us. So when we become aware of that, we do set ourselves free. Seeing sets us free. And it's this state of being that we need to be in, to create. And that's what I'd love for us to all to experience. And I'd like to go through maybe a couple of fun exercises. Nikita, I know you're a teacher, so maybe you can give me some pointers afterwards on how I'm doing. But there are a couple of exercises that you may or may not be aware of that I thought were really profound and really helped me to see, outside of the thinking mind. So if you're up for it, let's play a game. Okay, we don't need to do any physical activity. It's just need your hands, and hopefully we've all got 2 hands. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So bear with me here. I've practiced it on many people. And I would say 99% of people have seen a positive result. So what I would invite you to do is, first of all, pop your hands up and just notice the line underneath your palms. There's 2 lines there, right? And I'd like you to put your palms together so that those 2 lines are perfectly matched. So it's one straight line going all the way across. Okay. Now from that place, I would like you to merge your 2 pinky fingers and just make sure that the line is still connected and it's going all the way up to your pinky fingers. Hopefully, just bear with me here. I know this is a bit silly. Right, okay, so your pinky fingers should be touching and the line should be one line all the way across. Now from here, you will notice that one of your pinky fingers is shorter than the other. So have a good look. One of the pinky fingers will be shorter. In my case, it's my right pinky finger. Okay. So whichever hand has the shortest pinky, keep that up and put the other one down. Bear with me. I've had some funny looks over this exercise. Okay. Now what I would like you to do is I would like you to look at that finger, the shorter finger, and in your mind, I would like you to repeat while you're looking at it, grow longer, grow longer, grow longer, grow longer, grow longer. Bear with me, grow longer. Say it in your mind, say it loud, grow longer, grow longer, grow longer. So in your mind, you're continuing to say grow longer to this finger, grow longer, 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 grow longer. Grow longer, 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 grow longer. Really focus, grow longer, grow longer, grow longer, grow longer, a few more, grow longer, and grow longer. Okay, thank you. Now, I would like you to bring those 2 lines together at the base of your hands. Put your fingers together all the way up to your pinky. And mine has grown longer. Now, if this has worked on anybody else, please let me know. Has anybody's finger gone longer? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Right. So what the hell's going on, ladies? Okay. So now what this exercise is designed to do is to help you to see the power of your consciousness, the power of your focus. Now, there may be a scientific explanation for this, but there is a lot of power in your focus. You know, if we're thinking, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, life will give you the experience of not being enough. And quite a lot of the time, we don't even know that that's happening because it's very subconscious. And in fact, that part of ourselves that feels like it's not enough is not even the true us. It's not the real, true, deepest part of us. It is our ego or our inner child. And you may well know about this, but it is the reptilian aspect of us that is there to protect us in the event of an attack. But it becomes hypersensitive based on past history and our experiences, and it becomes louder and louder and louder, like the grow longer, grow longer, grow longer. The I am not enough gets louder and louder and louder. So we go through life very unconsciously, not even realizing when and where this voice is playing a role. So that leads me to the next exercise. which is another fun exercise, hopefully. Okay, a little bit shorter than the other one. But if you feel comfortable, I'd just like to invite you to close your eyes just for a few minutes. And with your eyes closed, I'd like you to say in your mind, hello. Just say it in your mind, hello. Say it a few times. Hello, hello, hello. And now I'd like you to say it a bit louder in your mind. Hello, hello, hello. Say it a bit louder. Now in your mind, I'd like you to scream hello. Scream it again in your mind. And that is the end of the exercise. So when you're ready, please come back. I'll explain why I'm putting you through this rigmarole. Okay. So the reason why I asked you to do this is to help you to see that there is an aspect of you, a part of you that is saying hello. There is also another aspect of you that is hearing the hello. So internally, there are two of you. The part of you that is screaming and talking and using language is the ego. The true you is the one that is aware of the voice. And when I first heard this or went through this exercise, it made me realize that there is a deeper part to me that is pure awareness, that is observing me going through day-to-day life, that is observing the voice that is saying I'm not enough, that is observing the repeated patterns. And that part of us is the true you, is the true us. That's our true identity. And when we're in the observer, when we're in the awareness, that's when we are aligned with love. That's when we generate the feeling of love. And that's how we move into love and abundance. Sounds simple. A lot of spirituality is very simple, but difficult to apply and needs practice, which is why we need to have perhaps spiritual practices. And that could be just casting a thought and thinking, right, what is my small personality doing and thinking from the position of the observer? And that can take a moment for you to just come out of a state of mind. So there is our lower, still very sacred self, and there is our higher self. The lower self is the person that's going through life, job, money, trying to make, friends and family and relationships. And there's another part of us that is hearing the hello or observing what we're going through. And the minute you become aware of that, you're in your power, you're in your peace, you're in love. That's what love is. It's a state, it's an internal state. And if you're feeling what I'm saying or resonating with what I'm saying, you're going to be feeling an alchemical process in your body right now. There's going to be bubbling, perhaps butterflies. There's going to be something happening internally. And my intention is to perhaps have some of these monthly sessions where we can feel more and more of that and clear more and more blocks to being in our divine higher self. So how are you doing? Are there any questions? Would anybody like to add anything or share any of their wisdom perhaps? Or is there anything that doesn't resonate with you? And I know it's a bit strange to talk on these calls, right? It's a bit weird.
I don't mind having a little share. So especially the second exercise resonated with me a lot, and it's been happening to me quite a lot, particularly in unconscious situations. So it's like sometimes I'm a surveyor, so I work in property, so it's quite technical sometimes, and then sometimes it's literally like I'm just hearing, I don't know, it's like I can hear my own voice and I'm like, it's like it's someone else. I was just like, it's like someone else just said that, like when I sort of technically replied to someone. But yeah, it's quite a strange feeling, but it's been happening quite a bit to me actually at work. It's just like, oh, who said that?
Who said that?
Yeah.
But it's almost, you know, when people say, I mean, sometimes it has a bit of a derogatory tone, but when people say snap out of it, what you're doing is you're just shifting out of a perspective, a paradigm, right? And it makes you perhaps experience more peace, would you say?
Oh yeah, definitely. Some Eckhart Tolle says quite a lot. He's like, oh, just smile at the mind, kind of thing. Like you just what you can just watch, because when you realize what's going on, and you're like, when it's an unconscious thought or an unconscious situation, it's actually quite funny when you observe it. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
Oh, thanks, Katie. Yeah, and I think Eckhart Tolle and many teachers describe it as when you think you're the voice, then you're identified or attached to the person. But when you can pull yourself back and view yourself and view your thinking mind, which is the essence of meditation, you have disidentified with the person. And you're connected to a higher stream of information, a higher stream of knowledge, a higher stream of information. And this is the stream, the flow that is trying to come through us to guide us. I recently did an Instagram post where I talked about how we have been around on the planet. Well, sorry, that's wrong. Life has been around. Well, science says since the beginning, since the Big Bang, for about 13 billion years. And we are a part of life. Life knows what it's doing. It's highly intelligent. We don't have to exert our will necessarily onto life. We can become part of this flow, part of this 13 billion year old flow. If we trust it, if we let go, if we release resistance. And that also lands us into not just our feminine selves or our masculine selves, it lands us into our divine feminine selves and our divine masculine selves. And that is the opening up of our perspective. That is the opening up of our 5 senses. That is the activation of our junk DNA or our dormant DNA. So I would love for us all to experience those miracles together. And I would love for us to share. And like I said, you know, I'm by no means any kind of guru or anything like that. I'm just somebody who would love to share what I've learned. And I'd love to learn from you as well. So yeah, thanks, Katie, for sharing that. Where are we? So we're about 8:30. So believe it or not, it's been half an hour. Welcome to everybody else that's joined. So is there anything else anybody would like to ask or share? If not, I would perhaps love to take you through a meditation, just to perhaps use the energies of this new moon to set some intentions and help us to really land into our true selves. And so I have prepared a short meditation, nothing too deep, but I do have many more deep meditations on my website. So yeah, how are we all doing? Beautiful ladies. I'm really excited. I've got all this energy flowing through me. Just send it out to you. Okay, so if there's nothing to ask or talk about, then let's go through this meditation. Are we all happy with that? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Right, okay. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to just invite you to get comfortable. And you can do that either lying down, sitting up, camera on, camera off, whatever you want. This is all about you. This is your space, your time. And you deserve to have a bit of a break from day-to-day stuff, from the ego, the screaming ego, the inner child. And the ego is there to serve us. It's not a bad thing. Without the ego, we wouldn't even be here. But we just need to bring it into balance on occasion and express who's boss. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to play a little bit of music just to get you in the mood. Hopefully you can hear this okay. Okay. So meditation is the act of coming into the present moment. And sometimes the idea of being present can be quite difficult because it's effectively letting go of control. When we're physically or emotionally stressed, our mind can feel cluttered, and we can find ourselves not wanting to be present. We can find ourselves being caught in thoughts of the future and memories of the past, how things could have gone differently, or wondering what the future will hold. But as we've already discussed, life already knows what it's doing, and we don't need to control. We just need to participate. So just turn off any distractions in your mind, just for now, and commit to this time for yourself. Let go of your to-do lists, any stresses and strains from earlier on in the day, and let go of any of your responsibilities just for a short while. Taking this time for you, for self-care. This is a gift for you to enjoy. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in and bring your awareness to your breath. Noticing the rising and falling of your chest. And noticing how the awareness of your breath brings you more and more into the present moment. Into life. Into where life truly exists. Not in the thinking mind, but right here, right now, in this very moment. We cannot get a breath back from the past, and we cannot make any future breath come any sooner. So just land into each breath as it comes. Recognizing that all that exists, all that can exist, is in the now. This is where your power lies. The now is the gateway to miracles. and love is only found in the now. If you notice any thoughts coming into your mind, simply observe them. Watch them come in and go out again, like clouds in a sky, and gently come back to your breath. Notice how it feels to be participating in life. And allow your body to release tension. With every out-breath, relax deeper and deeper into the present. And now I'd like you to imagine a golden light coming down from source energy. As a beam of light coming through the sky and settling at the top of your head, your crown chakra. You might feel this as a tingling or a sensation. And some describe it as the opening of a lotus. On your next deep inhale, allow this golden light through your crown down into the central column of light in your body. So see it entering your body, going past your third eye, down through your throat chakra, and feel it land like a feather in the center of your chest, in this position of your spiritual heart. As it lands here, notice this golden light expand your heart, sending out loving energy in all directions. You might feel this as a tangible feeling, or like butterflies, or maybe even heat in the body. Feel this light expanding your chest, expanding into your back. And then drop this light down from the heart, through the abdomen, down into the root at the base of your spine. Drop this light even further through your legs, through the soles of your feet, and into the rich soil of the earth. See this light going through the soil into all of the levels and layers of the planet, the rocks, the lava, through the crystalline structure of the planet, all the way down into the heart of the earth. And feel this energy connect with the heart of Mother Earth. So now you are connected to source energy, the Father energy, and you are also connected to Mother Earth. And you are the bridge between the two. And I'd like you to hold this connection between Source and Mother Earth simultaneously and at the same time for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Notice how both of these connections fill you up. Notice how they expand your heart. And you have access to this connection whenever you want. From this place of connection, I'd like you to think about some intentions for this new moon in Leo, which is a period of time for courage, love, and expansion. It's a time for sowing seeds. So ask yourself, what would you like to release during this new moon? What thoughts, what beliefs would you like to let go of? And ask yourself, what would you like to experience more of? Which thoughts, feelings, beliefs would you like to call in during this new moon? More love, more faith, more trust in the unknown. What would you like to call in more of? Ask yourself the question, what could I do if I could never fail? Notice what comes up for you. And ask yourself, where can I extend more courage into my life? Like the courageous Leo energy. Can I have more courage to trust again? Can I have the courage to try something new? Can I extend my courage into greater forgiveness? Spend a few moments here setting your intentions. I'd like you to imagine that you're setting these intentions like you're sowing seeds into the earth. One by one, plant these seeds into the soil of the earth and into the soil of your heart. When you feel clear, when you feel full, take a deep breath and start coming back into your body. Gently bringing your awareness to your breath and your body. Having a few stretches. Maybe swaying a little from side to side. And just tuning into that feeling that you may be feeling internally. If you have some water, it's a good time to. So I'm hoping that that brought some clarity to you regarding the next phase. And we never need to have it all figured out. The new moon is a time where we can sow the seeds, and the full moon is when we harvest. So that will be in a couple of weeks' time. And it might be a good idea to write down your intentions. It does make it more powerful. And perhaps I'd like to just open up the space for anybody who would like to share anything or ask anything. Believe it or not, it's almost been an hour, but I'm hoping that we can continue this on a monthly basis, either around a full moon or a new moon. And I feel very much connected to the energies of the moon, and I do think they're powerful portals for creating. And while you're here, I'd also like to propose an energy exchange. So I would like to propose that for you to benefit from perhaps these calls and from the support of the WhatsApp container, that I charge a nominal fee of £20, and to try to see how it evolves. And it won't be anything too pressured. I will just put a link up once a month for people to donate. And there are many reasons for this. When we give, we actually activate a deeper receiving, and it helps with the flow of energy. So this might be something for you to think about. I'll probably not introduce this till maybe next week. But if this feels right and if it works, then perhaps we can make it into a more systemized way of being part of something like this. So what that would include is the support container on WhatsApp and a monthly call with a transmission. So we don't need to decide at this point, but I thought I would mention it at the end of the call, as well as the fact that I do have other meditations that you can look at on the website. And if anybody wants to reach out to me, for one-to-one work, you're more than welcome to. But of course, there's no obligation and there's no commitment. You can join the container whenever you want to, and you don't need to subscribe. But hopefully this has given you a bit of a taster of what I'm proposing to do going forward. And what I would like to do is to try and land us more and more into the state of unconditional love, of the divine feminine, and learn what it takes to get there effectively. So does anybody have any questions at all? We're all good? Well, in that case, ladies, I would like to thank you for being here. I'm incredibly grateful. I hope this has been of some value to you. I'd like to keep thinking of things to introduce and bring to the table. And if there's anything else that you need, please feel free to share it in the group. Let me know what's worked, what hasn't worked for you. If you'd like a longer meditation, a shorter meditation, the topics you'd like to cover. And I would be honored to be of service to you. So thank you all very much indeed. It's nearly 9 o'clock here. Amisha, it's probably 10 o'clock where you are, and perhaps time for bed for everyone. But yeah, thank you all so much. I hope to see you in the WhatsApp group, and please feel free to reach out to me with any questions. All right, lovelies. Thank you all.